Okay, says we're live. I'm going to go ahead and apologize. Hopefully, you can't hear the neighbor's lawn care service, but they are currently leaf blowing. So hopefully that won't last for too long. And also, we're also doing laundry. But I know that y'all have said before that you can't really hear the laundry machine when it's going. Laundry machines, washer and dryer. So hopefully you can't hear either. um, Hello, welcome. I woke up this morning with a story dream, and I, for once, got my butt out of bed and started writing it down. So I have the bare bones of. I think I'll try and turn it into like maybe a flash length just to kind of get it out of my head. But I have like the bare bones down. So I have something to work from. Um, However, because I was so focused on making sure I wrote it down before I forgot it, I don't have like an ending to the story. I think I know where it's going, but again, like I was so focused on, like, oh, this is like a good lead into a story, and I'm actually like awake enough that I could probably write this down. So I did get up and write it down. So yeah. So I am glad that my story dream stuck around long enough for me to write it down. Because normally they don't. But yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to be focused on first today, to like just get that out, get that down, get at least like a rough draft of a flash length down. And I may never revisit it again. I just like it was enough of a coherent storyline that I felt like it could work. So that is what I'm going to be working on first. And then we shall see which of my many other projects that we should be going to. But yeah, how are y'all? We did have the water heater people come out yesterday. And so they have fixed the water heater. I'm going to be putting on a headband because I can't stop messing with my hair. So hopefully this will help. I don't know. So yeah, so the water heater, the plumbers came and they had to drain the whole tank and replace a couple of heating elements. I don't really know. And that got done. And so I was able to take a hot shower this morning, which felt amazing. What else? I did finish the nonfiction book that I was reading, so that makes the first nonfiction of the year done. Only took me over 10 days because I had started it actually before the new year, so not exactly the fastest paced book ever. But I did get it done. But part of that was like yesterday, I was just like, I just want to be done with this book. Let me just read the last, I think it was about 100 pages and just like get it done. So hooray. Okay. What are we up to today? Are we writing fiction? Are we editing? Are we writing essays or articles? What are we up to today? Are you just being productive? Is this like your midweek break in the action and like you got to be doing all the extra household things that didn't get done during the weekend? What are y'all doing? Megan says hello. Well, hello. Stacy says hello. And Elizabeth says hello everyone. Hello. Tina says good afternoon. Good afternoon. You love when dreams are actually cohesive enough to be, because usually mine are just kind of like all over the place. And I had one the other day that I was like, oh, this is interesting. Where is this going? And then it turned into something else. And then by the time I woke up, it was like 5 different story like shifts. And I couldn't remember where it started. So I'm glad that today's stuck around long enough for me to and it was just focused enough for me to comprehend it. Cool Gamer says, hi. Hello. Megan says, you wrote a Substack post this morning, still in progress, but you're glad to have an idea. Yes. Hooray for ideas. Coffee Crate Connect, JL, hello. I almost called you Jello. I don't know why, but JL. Hello. Organizing files and sprint hopping. How is everybody else? I should probably do some organizing of files later today, too. Thank you for the reminder. I'm going to write that down because I do need to file some things. Some things from November and December did not get put in the filing cabinet, so that needs to happen. So I just wrote down filing, exclamation. You have been home from work today because of pelvic pain. Oh, no. So you've had a full day of nothing but watching Bridgerton. So now you need to get chapter 7 done. All right. Stacy says, I am working on genealogy today, taking a day off of writing. You did get writing done last night. Hooray. And you joined a writing group. Ooh. So is this like a local writing group or is this like an online writing group? Either one is great. Cole, hello. Welcome. You're working on business planning today. Nice. Working Wednesday. Yes. Elizabeth says, edits on chapter 7. Then you need to start your pitch for your content for a contest, you think. Ooh, that's exciting. Stacy says, and I am cold today. It keeps distracting me. Do you have fuzzy socks and slippers on? Do you have layers and hot tea and all the things? All the warm and cozy things. But yeah, when it gets cold enough or when you get cold enough that it's hard to raise your temperature again, like my brain wants to shut down and just keep thinking about just how cold I am. You have files in a pile on the floor going on 3 years now. Well, I say November, but it's probably earlier. So I do have quite a few things that I put at the end of my... There's a little TV tray. You can kind of see it on, yeah. So there's a pile of stuff under my label maker that needs to be filed. So in my filing cabinet, I have turned it to where it's a little easier to access underneath my sort of secondary table. I don't know what I'm going to do with that extra space that's under there because it's kind of hard to access. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so the writers group is meeting at the library, so it is in person. You are hopeful. You wrote a timed piece from a picture that we were told was a high school graduation. That was fun. Yeah. CB, hello. Supposedly the carpet is going down next Thursday. You think you're probably only going to attend streams on Wednesday. Unfortunately, the library is still closed. Gotcha. Okay. Well, we are glad that you were here. Glad that we can have your company. And hopefully we can get some writing done to maybe make up for the writing group being closed at the library. Okay, we need cards for today. I have not pulled yet, so I need to pull. So starting from left with the Lucid Dreams. Ooh, okay. We have the Star inverted. Wait, did I pull yesterday? Either way, apparently this is the card for today. So we have the Star inverted. So this is what she looks like. Where's my half sheet? There it is. This is what the Star looks like upright in this deck. There we go. Gorgeous. But the inverse is a little bit more depressing. So the inverse of the Star is this sort of like lack of faith, loss of hope, disconnection, depression, feeling like there's no effect. It says impotence, but that could be fertility. That could also just be like your efforts. Despondent and negativity. So we need to make sure that we don't get caught up in this lack of light, lack of hope. Okay. we have the Nine of Pentacles, which this is a fun card. This is a card sort of like dealing with the arts in particular, but also like Pentacles is sort of like the material world as well. I don't know why I like arts. Okay, let's go look at my cheat sheet because I can't remember at the top of my head. Okay, 9. So material well-being, riches, inheritance, prudence, safety, success, accomplishment, sort of certitude, being able to discern, but also this idea of solitude, but peace with the solitude, because she's a character by herself. She's making music. She's creating something, but she's doing it by herself. But with this sort of like stained glass and the art and the growth out of it, it's okay. So I have written down perhaps alone but not lonely, secure in yourself and in your financial stability. So that's a good card to get after lack of hope. So don't get caught up in the lack of hope. Be assured that you may be alone for the moment, but you're not lonely. You don't have to be lonely. And you should be, you should acknowledge that you have everything that you need. So that's a nice acknowledgement. Okay, so we have the hummingbird inverted, which is the be here now. So this may be that we're feeling sort of this loss of hope and connection because we're not being present in the moment. Okay, let's find the hummingbird. See if that actually... All right, so nectar is everywhere, but the hummingbird is here to remind you that flying from flower to flower and being all over the place wastes precious energy. Maybe that's the impotence part. Be still, be here now in the present moment, enjoying the sweetness and the sustenance available to you. Focus on one flower today, just one. Nectar is there for you, and hummingbird's message is that wherever you put your attention, there your energy flows. Are you focused on the sweetness or on finding something better somewhere else? Always yearning and feeling that life is not enough and that you are not enough. All you seek is right here, right now. Appreciate the present, and you will see that where you are is where you need to be, and enjoying what you are entitled to enjoy in this timeless and perfect moment. So I think those do go together. So we may have been feeling this sort of like this lack, this sort of like dissatisfaction, disconnected with what we are doing. But that's because we've been trying to do too much, too many things. So pick one. Pick one, work on it, and you will see that your efforts are exactly what they need to be. So that is your message. Whether that means that I am supposed to be drafting, editing, and finishing this flash that I have, this idea from the story dream, we'll see. Because it says pick one and roll with it. So one thing, just one thing. Focus on one thing at a time. So yeah. CB is going to go to the movies tomorrow with friends, so you'll probably miss Coffee Bunny Cafe. Gotcha. Elizabeth says, yes, focus. Such a fleeting thing. Okay, finish chapter 7. That's what I need to do today. Exactly. Just pick one thing. Okay. First sprint. Present. Share screen. All right, let's start off with, should we start off with one of the spooky timers today? I know it's not spooky season. We could do spooky, or we could do spooky or pug. Which would you prefer, spooky or pug? So like 25-minute skeleton dog or pug. We have 1 vote for pug, 1 vote for spooky, 1 vote specifically for the 45-minute bat, but not for 45 minutes. Well, we can always scroll it down, but Meg also votes for pug. So let's do pug first, and then we can always go back to our bat friends later. All right. Do I have my volume on so I can hear the end of it myself? Yes, I do. Okay. All righty. All right. 1, make sure that you save your document if you've already been working today. If not, now's a great time to pull your document up. 2, make sure that you have something to hydrate with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure if you need a break, take one. Here we go. 25 minutes of farting pug in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, y'all, I am enjoying this. I've gotten 680 words of this first draft down. I still have no idea how I'm going to end this, but I have at least 680 words. So there's that. I've sort of clarified and cleaned up some things as I have gone. I'm not writing down exactly what I had in my messy handwriting from my. This is my story dream notebook that I keep by the bed. Of like, what in the world? So I have all kinds of like sometimes when I can't get the I have definitely used this both when I am awake and when I'm half asleep. So the handwriting in here is varied, shall we say? Oh no. Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. Report. Sometimes I don't know if I should be reporting these as the sort of sexually explicit or if I should be reporting these as spam because I'm not sure which one gets them caught more. But whatever. Okay. Apologies for that, but thank you very much, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. How'd y'all do? Okay, so Heather is here. Hello, welcome. You're doing a lot of housework today. Gotcha, but we'll be taking a break from that to sit down at your desk and work on some promo stuff. Excellent. Jen writes romance. Hello, welcome. Heather says hi to Jenna. Jenna says, yes. And Jen says hi back. Padge says, didn't get a notification. Oh no, you had one job. Yes, if you are subscribed and would like to have the notifications, please do ring the bell situation, press the bell button, and choose your notification status, and hopefully YouTube will notify you. If not, meh. Let's see. Padgett says, I guess it does have several jobs. Yes, YouTube does have several jobs. Padgett says, hey, Jen, and hey, Heather, and etc., etc. Yes. Heather says, hey, Padgett. Jen says, hey, Padgett. Tina got your morning pages done. Yay! Claudia is doing schoolwork. Excellent. You got some words down, Elizabeth, but hard to change the POV. Yes. And getting it to not sound similar to other characters. Gotcha. Thank you. Appreciate it. Stacy says, I have my tea. Yay. And you were productive. Excellent. Megan says you rested that sprint and contemplated things. CB got 199 words. Fantastic. CB brought in the Young Avengers. Yes. Padge says, I'm with you there. This series switches between two POVs, and you have dedicated an entire edit to going back through and fixing the spots where one talks like the other. Yes. Does that mean, so, because I know that Becca has done this where, like, the chapters are from one character's point of view, and so every time you switch POV, you switch chapters, essentially. And I think Becca's strategy was to go through all of the chapters from one character and edit those so you have a consistent, so that way when you're editing, you're not switching. So you edit all of one characters and then you go back and you do the other chapters. So you have two editing passes, but one for each POV only. That way you don't miss things when you're swapping back and forth. But yeah, that does require some thinking for sure. I think that was Becca's strategy. I could be wrong. Okay. File, save. Okay, but see, the thing is, Flash is under 1,000, right? Flash is 1,000. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1,000 words. So I have, I don't have that many words to finish, so I'm going to have to edit some of this down after I figure out what the ending is, for sure. This is going to be, it's going to wind up longer than 1,000. I know this, so I'm going to have to edit it down. Yes, you totally, you guess it's technically 2 passes, but yeah, inconsistencies are glaring that way. Yes. Yes, Flash is 1,000. Yes, that was what I was remembering. I just Googled to double check. Self-doubt. Anyway, okay, so let's do another sprint. Let's do, we need a 30-minute one. Okay, purple teapot. Or do we want to do the spooky bat down to 30 minutes? So purple teapot or speedy bat? Purple teapot, speedy bat. Which one would you prefer? Megan says purple teapot. Okay, you have seen contests where they call Flash 500 or less. But what are we, Hemingway? Yeah. Your writing last night, sort of Flash, 15 minutes was 547 words. Nice. I mean, I think Flash can be under 1,000. It just is not supposed to be over. Smacked your elbow on the sink. Oh no. Ouch. Okay, so Megan votes for purple teapot. CB for speedy bat. Megan says teapot. Stacy says I like them both. Lisa, hello, purple teapot. Alrighty. Yes, drabbles are 100 words. Yes. Present. Share, Chrome tab. Also, this is the second sprint, so it is the self-promo time. So if you have something to promote, your Amazon author page or pen name, your recently published or soon to be published book names, your social medias, your websites, etc., etc. Just remember that if you don't have a blue wrench of power, you will not be able to post direct links. So you'll have to get around that by just telling us what your handle is or what your author name is and where it is. Also, don't forget to follow your fellow writers and make sure that you save your document. Save all the progress that you're making. 2, make sure that you sip. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back, make sure you're not slouching too badly. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Oh, I have managed to create chaos in my hair. That seems about normal. Okay, I'm now at 1,300 words. 1,310 to be exact. So it is now longer. I am like at the end point though. So and I also have I have about 20 words that are sort of like, what's the genre of this? What's my desired style? And such. Just kind of notes for myself. So it's really about 1290, I guess. So I still should, if I want to make it a true flash length, cut about 300 words. Do I want to do that though? Maybe. Okay. But I might just leave this one and then sort of like create an edited version. But I did sort of like, part of my distraction was I was like, how long is a Grimm's fairy tale? Because this is meant to be sort of like that style. That was sort of like what my story brain told me when I was half asleep, was like, this was like a Grimm's fairy tale. And so I looked up, I was like, how long is a Grimm's fairy tale? And I found this. And this is I don't exactly know. I'll put the I'm going to post the link here. But I'm also going to share the screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. So this appears to be a sort of like a narration of, and I don't know if it's like an automated narration or if this is, I don't know. But anyway, so this is somebody has put together a file for the narration, how long the narration is, but also the word count for each of the stories. Again, I'm not entirely sure which translation this is or which version of the collection it is, but it's kind of interesting to see the varying word counts, because you have 1,500, 1,000, almost 2,000, 4,000, and you come down here, it's less than 1,000, 526 for straw, coal, and bean. There's another one that's like 629, but here's one that's like 3,300. So it's very random as to the length of these stories, which is kind of interesting because I hadn't really thought about what the varying lengths. Here's one that's 8,600. What is this? Two Brothers. 60-minute narration. Approximation. So this is kind of interesting. To me, at least, because I'm a fairy tale nerd. So I'm going to bookmark this and come back to this later for sure. Because that's interesting. I think I have like 3 or 4 like collections of Grimm's, different translations and different editors and such, but I had not considered like the variety of word counts really, because I just always knew that some were shorter and some were longer, but I was like, oh, are they all flash length? Apparently not. So there's your answer. Grimm's are not always flash length, in case you were wondering. But also don't forget that was the self-promo sprint, so make sure that you have done your promo. My promo is that do I have one? Yes, I do. I have mine handy. I have sort of handy, I should say. I have tarot journals that you can buy. The link is in the description. But for my Amazon page, the link for my Amazon author profile, you can have 3-card draw tarots or single card draws, paperback or hardback. There's Blue Galaxy for the 3-card draw, and the Sunrise Galaxy for the single card. There's also a red version of this in paperback. And a large print with double page spreads for $100 if you're interested in large print. Okay, so yeah, and I also have been posting more to my blog, which is thedawdlingwriter.com, to my website. So yeah, visit me, I guess. And also subscribe here if you're not. That's my self-promo. All right, let me see where your promos start. Okay. CB has 16 stories on archive of her own. You pulled Stark for President so that you can rewrite it and bring in the Young Avengers. Your account is the Pepperoni Fan 1982. Megan has an essay about meeting Laura Nettles, and that comes out tomorrow. So sign up for Megan's Substack, and here's the link for that. Jen Writes Romance has a YouTube channel, and you can find all of Jen's links in the YouTube bio. And she runs weekly sprints on Sunday evenings. Yes. Megan says, or check out my other links and at the Linktree link. Yes, Laura was home for the holidays, and so Megan got to meet her, see her. Jen says, that's so fun. You got to meet Margaret Pennard the same way. Nice. Tina says, here's a link to my websites and all my social media handles. And so here is Tina's website. And also you interview fellow authors once a week, and you have a form that you can fill out if you are interested in being interviewed by Tina. CB had an idea of how to rearrange your story. So only the Scarlet Witch in one realm, all the other realms, you're going to have different colors. Okay, anybody else have self-promo? I'm just trying to make sure that I got everybody. JL jumped off to listen to music while you did work and forgot to come back for the chat. Oh no! Mom Maggie says, hello, lovelies. Hello. It's your favorite timer, the purple teapot. Yes. Heather says, for the self-promo, you offer a range of editorial services from line editing to sensitivity reading. You also have an Etsy shop where you have art for writers and lovers of fantasy and sci-fi. And Elizabeth says, I have a live stream every Thursday at 6 p.m. GMT +1, which should be noon Eastern, and you would love for everybody to join. CB managed to get 856 that time. Nice. Tina finished some emails and started writing a synopsis for a query. Fantastic. Clutcha is re-downloading Office because your school activation key is just loading and doing nothing. Oh no. Mostly descriptions of the Young Adventures. Gotcha. Clutcha says, I can't use Word without it. Yeah. So you have to re-download an older version of Office to try and fix it. Oh no. Nearly done with chapter 7. Excellent. You think you need a few read-throughs to totally nail the voice, but not too far off right now. Excellent. Heather says, as far as editing, if you get in touch with me by the end of the month, you can get on my short project list for February and March. You can also contact Heather for the various social medias, and here is the link tree for Heather. Okay. Did I miss anybody's self-promo? I don't think so. Okay. You're also a fairy tale nerd. You'll have to get into that site. I did post the link to it a little earlier somewhere. So if you scroll up, you should be able to find it. Again, somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do another sprinty sprint. I think we mentioned the bat. So we can do the speedy bat. Roll it down for a 30-minute. If y'all are up for that. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear you say that. I can't hear you say anything. Oh, come on. It's close enough. Share screen. All right, so here is going to be a 30-minute silent farting bat. This one does have some sort of like deep reverberating bells at the end, if I'm remembering correctly, instead of the fart sound, but I could be wrong. So be prepared for anything when. All right. All right, here we go. One, save your document and all the progress that you have made. Two, make sure that you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. Three, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And four, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was that sprint. How'd we do? I have added a couple of things to one of my documents, and just like a word here and there, and then I wrote 208 more in this one, and then I added how much did I add here? 85 in this one. So it's kind of a mishmash here and there. Not a great deal of like words, but definitely some progress, which is nice. Okay, I did, because it is now 3:05, I did post a poll as to whether or not you wanted a bonus sprint today or if you wanted to go off and do your own thing. So it says that most of you want a bonus sprint. So we will do a bonus sprint. All right, it is 3:05, so we're going to do a 25-minute one. That will take us down to 3:30. And since we're talking about tea, we will do the other teapot timer. We weren't really talking about tea, but I'm going to roll with it. Prophet is here. Hello. Welcome. Paget says, I gave up on fretting over different words for says and just say says or nothing now, and it was a game changer. Yes. Yes. Talking about clutch words and phrases and all of that. Yes. Prophet, hello. Becca, hello. Welcome. Still adjusting to West Coast time for the streams. Yes. yes. Started your second Hexsphere book yesterday. Yay. Been work on a bit more today. I say working on spreadsheets for your Buy Me a Coffee income last year for your personal business audit. Nice. We were talking about Becca's POV edits for doing multiple perspectives in a story. Okay, let's do this. 1, save your document or all of your documents. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is that we are hydrating with. 3, straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure if you need a break, take one. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I started creating a spreadsheet in Word because it's easier to print from Word. And then I realized with what I want to do with the table, it's going to be better for me to do it in a spreadsheet, like a real spreadsheet, so that I can do the autofill stuff and the drop downs a little easier. So I had to start all over. But we'll figure it out. So yeah, so that is what I am going to be doing for right now, is working on some trackers. But I've gotten all total 2143, I think, for my total today. Maybe it was maybe that was my total for the stream. Yeah, I think that was the total for the stream rather than today, because I still have to count up some of my morning stuff. So, okay. All right. Well, today's been a really productive day, at least for me. I hope so for you as well. So yeah, I feel good. I feel like I got a lot done. I know it's in the, description, but let me give you the tiny URL for the channels, AuthorTube channels, and Sprint links. Okay, so there is that. Sandy Blonde totally works for Dirty Blonde as well. Some internet say tawny, but that's how you would describe her eyes, like hazel with some orange. You thought tawny was brown with orange and not a blonde. I think tawny, as far as I know, is the base is sort of like a brown, but you have different variants of like blonde, red. It's just like a multicolored brown. I could be wrong. I could look it up and see what the heck tawny really means. In fact, let's do that. Tawny. An orange brown or yellowish brown color. Interesting. A light brown to brownish orange color. The tawny owl is an example, used as an example of the color. So here, let me show you the picture in case that makes a difference. So here is the tawny owl. So it's like this kind of color, but I thought it was sort of like that striation difference in mark. I didn't think it was like a specific color. I thought it was like the variation in one thing. But there you go. SA says, thanks so much for the sprints. You're giving the like a hug, but thank you very much. Helped you get through this audit. Yay! Jen says, I have a book that has physical descriptions broken down, but I don't know what it was now. Just the various kinds of eyes and all that. Yeah, I've heard it describe both eyes and hair. So yeah. Tawny as an owl. Yes, exactly. Mama Maggie spent most of your time looking for character profiles. Nice. Mama Maggie says Tawny makes you think of golden taupe. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's what you thought. Brown with space and basically some other colors when the eyes have little flecks. Yes, but definitely not blonde. Right. I'm thinking of Tabby, not Tawny. Tabby I know is something very different, but when I have heard Tawny described and sort of like, it's very much with a variation of color within it. It's never meant to be just one blanket color when I have read it being used. So maybe they were thinking of Tabby. I don't know. Jen says, I'm not writing a thing today. Broken brain. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, I know Tabby has the striations, so maybe that's what they were thinking, and then that made me think that that was what Tawny was. I don't know. But yeah, Tabby does have striations, yes. So, I don't know. I mean, the idea that we use colors, we use words for colors to describe our hair that we also invented to describe different modeling patterns, mottle, like spots and things. Yeah, cats are tabby, dogs are brindle, like that weird striation, mottling, whatever. We use a term to describe that, and then we at some point use it for our own coloration and whatnot, and it there's like a disconnect when we do, because we don't have those striations and modeling, but yet somehow we use them the same. I don't know. So Pat just says, thanks everyone for your help. I appreciate it. It's hard to trust the internet because it literally says anything if you look hard enough. True. Very true. Very true. All right. Thank you very much for joining me today for the bonus sprint as well. And today's Wednesday. Is Charlie on tonight? Good question. I'm not seeing Charlie on the list, so I'll have to double check. But today at 4, HK Darkwood, 4:15, Paper Tiger, 4:30, Kibby Roseland, 5 o'clock, Easy Graphics, 6 o'clock, Power Play Press, and 7, JC Carpenter, and 8 o'clock, Sarah Nichols. Charlie is not listed on the spreadsheet. Let's see if Charlie has a stream scheduled. Does Charlie have a stream scheduled for today? I don't see one. So Charlie may still not be feeling up to it. So hopefully what is either on this spreadsheet already is enough to get you through the rest of your writing goals today. And yes, be blessed and happy week. You hope to see everyone with the 5 a.m. Writers Club soon because your laptop is finally home. Yay! Hooray! That's amazing. All right. Again, don't forget to save your work before you head out and have fun. All right. Bye.